Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about a release from Tamiya. It's a 1/12 scale motorcycle series and it's a kit number 6, surprisingly. So as you can see, it copies Honda CB750F, and it's quite interesting bike to replicate in such small scale. I can see here that the original release happened in 1981, so it's not that new kit, but still it is interesting to see what is included here and maybe what can be assembled or what can be modified in this model, especially considering that we have not reviewed this kit before. So first of all, box size is standard for this manufacturer. Here you can see comparison with my hand. We have quite nice box art. Here on the side you can see some of the marking guide ideas, let's say. So nobody limits you basically with the color, so you can replicate something different, maybe even a fully golden bike. Here you can see it in a blue color, and of course it's a top opening box, so let's open it. Here is what we have inside. As you can see, a lot of chrome parts, and frankly speaking, I'm not sure if they will be let's say easy to deal with and they will be realistic looking parts. So let me open or remove these paper clips and we will take a closer look together in order to understand what can be done with this set. And of course I would like to mention that you can support us with a small donation. It's quite easy thing to do because we have a special big red button on our website, and of course all this money are used in order to get new photo and video equipment or maybe some new kits to be reviewed in our videos. So first of all, I would like to show you the decal set, and again, this is not a completely new set, and that's why decals look, I would say, a bit on the thick side, but I guess with some decal softener it will be easy to get them into the right position. And as you can see, printing quality is more or less okay. We have only one license plate here, it's a Japanese one, but again, nobody stops you from replicating something different with your own hands and tools. Now we move on to chrome parts. So in my opinion, they look more or less okay for out of the box thing, and maybe professional modelers would like to, let's say, strip them down and repaint with a proper chrome plating, but I think what we get here out of the box is also quite a nice looking thing, so it should be okay for the standard build, especially for non-demanding modelers, let's say. Next we proceed with a gray plastic sprue. So this one is dedicated to wheel rims as far as you can see, and also engine parts, so here they are. And these are quite large blocks, so they should be relatively easy to combine together. And if you flip them over, here inside you can see some guiding elements which will help you with an overall alignment. Of course, it would be a wise idea to replicate, let's say, some weathering here if you would like to copy the bike which is being used, or maybe you would like to copy a clean finish on your bike. Then you can leave them in a bit or less, let's say, clean state without any oil stains or maybe without any dust. But of course, dirty bikes are also something to see and something what is not that often replicated in this scale. Everybody tries to build clean vehicles. They somehow avoid dirty vehicles, even though this is quite an interesting topic in my opinion. Next we continue with white plastic sprue. Here we have, let's say, perfect example of the old Tamiya. Maybe I'll close the lenses or maybe use my hand in order to shade a bit this white plastic so that you can see the overall shape. So obviously these are parts for the view tank and also rear section. We also have the front wheel mudguard here, and everything looks cool, so it's just a matter of careful assembly together and maybe pre-painting them first and then installing on the bike. But of course it will be up to you how you would assemble it. Of course, inside we have some guiding elements as well, so it should be relatively easy to get them on the right spot. There was also a clear sprue with all necessary clear parts, so we have lenses for headlamp, tail light, blinkers, so they are here. They have quite nice structure out of the box, and I guess it will be easy to get them on the right spot. Maybe you won't have even bother with masking. Next we continue with tires. So we have vinyl tires, we have also small screws, and I'm not sure how to screw them down because I do not see any screwdriver here included, so I guess you'll have to source it by yourself. So here it is. And by the way, note that these tires, they feature some details on the tire walls, which is quite a nice touch, and overall appearance look more or less okay. So again, they should do for out of the box build. And of course you can add some dust in order to replicate a bike that being used, which is not, let's say, presented in a motor show or somewhere else. Now I am opening the last plastic bag. So this one is dedicated to black spruce, which will be actually used in order to assemble wheel rims, seat, and also the main frame of this bike. So here you can take a closer look. Maybe we can open the lenses a bit. So note that, for example, drive chain is molded together with these sprockets, so you don't have to assemble anything separately. Here we have frame parts which are also pre-molded as a large sub-assemblies, let's say. So let's zoom in a bit. Here you can take a closer look at them. And even though this kit is quite old, I think the overall molding quality looks quite fine. So it's just a matter of careful assembly of all these parts together, maybe painting them properly, because obviously nobody will be leaving this as, let's say, original black plastic parts. They will be repainted, obviously. And here you can take a closer look from the opposite side. By the way, here is the drive sprocket from the other side as well. So in my opinion, it looks okay for this scale. And as I said, it's just a matter of careful work with them. But that's not all, because we have one more sprue here. We have wheel rims. These are quite large parts. You can see it in comparison with my fingertips. We have also rider's seat. And here we have some parts for the front engine section, which are also quite impressive in my opinion. And again, it all deserves quite careful painting. And then it will get even more, I would say, convincing appearance. Next we have Tamiya Tech Tips paper. So it's nothing special, it's included in every Tamiya kit. And we also have here two assembly manuals. So one is printed in English, one is printed in Japanese. Here you can see them. And we will check obviously the English one. Let's close the lenses a bit. By the way, this video is in 4K, so if you would like to see more details, just do not forget to switch the quality to 4K. So here we have short history note. Next we continue with assembly of the engine. Note that there are a lot of minor things which should be pre-painted, so pay attention to this in order to get a nice appearance. Next we continue with the main frame, where we install the engine pretty much just like on the real bike. Then we continue with the road wheel, which is also quite a complex assembly. As you remember, we have vinyl tires as well. Next, here you can see example of how it should look like in the finished state. We continue with shock absorbers and exhaust mufflers. Here we have headlamp and also gauges for this tacho and speedometer, front wheel, front forks, and also blinkers with the headlamp, obviously. We install the gauges cluster. Next we continue with the tail fairing, and here we install the fairing for the fuel tank, and it will be quite an interesting thing because you will have to somehow avoid this seam in the middle. You install also driver's seat and the side view mirrors, and the last step shows you how to paint this model, and there is also a special section for the parts which you can order in Japan. So overall we have quite an interesting bike kit, and I think it will be engaging build for beginner models just like me, let's say. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about such a list. Do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye!